Hello everyone, it's Queen V Line back to you with another video. This video is an update pertaining to 9-year-old Bobbi Wilson, as she was recently honored by Yale University's School of Public Health, celebrating her efforts to eradicating invasive species. Prior to this celebration, Bobbi Wilson of New Jersey was doing her part during the Stomp It Out campaign, which encourages residents to unalive invasive spotted lanternflies as they are harmful to plants and trees. On the day of the incident in October 2022, Bobbi Wilson was doing her part when an officer approached her and asked her several questions. Her mother, Monique Joseph, saw what was occurring and went outside, only to find out that her neighbor, Gordon Lawshe, who is a former council member, 71, made a report claiming a little black woman walking and spraying stuff on the sidewalks and trees. I don't know what the bleep she's doing. In addition to reporting, she scares me. The officer took down the information, and Gordon Lawshe could be heard on the body camera stating, "What a weirdo, huh?" Since then, the family is alerting the public on what occurred and on what Gordon Lawshe, their neighbor, did to their family. Since then, there has been an outpouring of support, not only from the community, but from organizations and universities alike, such as Yale University's School of Public Health and their assistant professor, REUPLOAD, who organized the event. In a press release, they stated in part, "We wanted to show her bravery and how inspiring she is. We just want to make sure she continues to feel honored and loved by the Yale community." The ceremony also served as an opportunity to recognize Bobbi Wilson's donation of her personal spotted lanternflies, which is a collection to Yale's Peabody's Museum that will be seen on public display. Now you will watch these two brief news clips, and I will be back with more commentary.
Bobbi, a hero's celebration.
I just want you to know that I am you, I see you, I represent you.
You're remarkable, you're resilient. I'm in awe of the way you handled this entire situation.
It was back in October when Bobbi was out in her hometown of Caldwell spraying lanternflies with a homemade solution when a neighbor called police and reported this about this child.
A little black woman walking and spraying stuff on the sidewalks and trees.
A Caldwell officer arrived and realized quite quickly this was a little girl. No threat to anyone or anything except lanternflies. But it frightened Bobbi and her mother Monique, who made the story public.
To hear my neighbor use triggering words that have resulted in the death of too many Black and brown children and adults at the hand of the police.
And support poured in from an extended community for Bobbi and her family.
Honors and celebrates Bobbi Wilson for her passion for science and environmental stewardship.
But Bobbi, I just want to commend you for everything that you have done and taught us and taught me.
Bobbi is celebrated by a host of community members and friends who filled the lobby at the police station.
I'm excited.
You're excited? What do you have to say to everybody who's here?
Thank you.
And her mother thanked everyone that the incident did not leave her family standing alone.
I wanted it to be a teachable moment for my community. You know, I'm grateful. I know I have Bobbi every night.
Bobbi Wilson is an environment enthusiast. Last October, in an effort to save the trees in her New Jersey neighborhood from the spotted lanternfly,
you got one?
She was testing a natural homemade insect spray.
Yes, good job.
Bobbi even stomped them as part of a campaign to see it squish it. She was collecting the lanternflies and using the spray to combat the invasive insects that feed on trees. But her efforts were cut short when a police officer arrived after receiving a complaint from a neighbor. The neighbor reported the fifth grader as a suspicious person. The incident made the news, catching the attention of a professor at Yale University School of Public Health who decided to recognize and honor the young scientist. Professor Ijoma Opara telling the audience, Yale doesn't normally do anything like this. This is something unique to Bobbi. We wanted to show her bravery and how inspiring she is, and we just want to make sure she feels honored and loved. Professor Opara organized an event to celebrate Bobbi and introduce her to other black female scientists. Entomologists at Yale's Peabody Museum helped Bobbi catalog and mount her collection of 27 spotted lanternflies. Her collection is now officially entered into the museum's database, where it will forever be associated with her name as the donor scientist. Bobbi's message to us all tonight:
I want to let every young boy or every young girl or even adults know that nobody can knock you off your way to success, and we all can do our part to save the environment, just like me.
I'm glad that Bobbi Wilson is getting the continued recognition that she deserves in her efforts to eradicating invasive species and her continued love for science. This story could have ended tragically in so many ways, but by God's grace, Bobbi Wilson's story is being shared across the country and hopefully around the world. I would not be surprised if later down the road, Gordon Lawshe is sued for falsifying a police report on Bobbi Wilson, who is a 9-year-old child. Once again, the adultification of black children does have serious consequences, as our children may suffer from PTSD, anxiety, and other forms of developments moving forward. While this story continues to inspire others, we must be mindful that the adultification of black children, unfortunately, does have a tragic scar on our communities, as children, particularly our children, are not seen as children and teenagers, but are seen as adults. If we do not speak up for our children, we will continue to see the repeated cycle of our children being treated as adults. Continue soaring high, Bobbi Wilson, and continue to bringing that black girl magic into every room that you enter. Continued love and support and blessings to the Wilson family as you continue to nurturing and supporting your child and sibling. Protect black children, known and unknown. Continued success, Bobbi Wilson. I thank you for watching. Please be safe out here, and I will see you in the next video.